Something that you have heard a lot of people say is that Twitter has fell off. And this is something that I agree with. Back then, Twitter used to be so much fun. It was so good just to log on the app and you get to see two people on the internet arguing about something that doesn't really matter. But at the time, the only thing that matters to those two Twitter users is to make sure that they win this internet argument. And they are willing to do anything to make sure that happen. Just for absolutely no one to see the argument, it gets 0 likes, and those two people just wasted their time. Now that still happens on Twitter, but it's just not the same anymore. And that is because they have made a lot of changes to the app and website, which has just completely ruined the experience. The only good thing that actually ended up being added is community notes, and I really hope they never go away. But this is something that a lot of people say. But every time when someone who disagrees go like, why is Twitter bad now? Can you explain? It's always really hard to. But not so long ago, a situation ended up happening on Twitter, which I think perfectly shows everything wrong with modern Twitter and why it is so boring and just not really fun anymore. And this situation have to do with someone who owns an account on Twitter ended up getting doxxed for being too unfunny and extremely cringe, and also got some people mad. But just like every story, let's start at the beginning. So on Twitter, there have been this one account which has just been messing with everyone. A lot of people have been talking about it, saying two things. One, that this account is like the funniest brand new gimmick account of all time, and he makes absolutely hilarious jokes. Or you have the other side of people saying that this is the worst count that ever existed, and how dare someone goes out and do something like this. Now obviously when I heard this, I got pretty curious. I was wondering what's going on. Is what this guy is doing this bad? I have to see what's happening. Then when I go and check out the count, I was very disappointed. So this account is known as Pilgrim, and basically his whole joke is that when someone takes a picture of himself, he uses a photo editor or AI to turn them black or Chinese. That's it. That's the joke. Why aren't you laughing? Now, when I saw this, I didn't understand why people thought this was so funny or creative. Because what he's doing is something that's not really that unique. Face filters has always existed that allows you to do stuff like this. This isn't really new or special. I mean, there are filters that allow a man to look like a female, face filters that allows you to switch your face with someone else. I mean, what this guy is doing is not really anything special or like cool. Like, what's next? Someone's gonna make a gimmick account where they make AI photos and everyone's gonna act like he's doing something revolutionary. Like, wow, I never saw anyone do something like this. But I think this account perfectly shows the state of modern gimmick accounts, where basically they'll just take one joke that's not really that funny and just do the same thing over and over again. And it only has two response, which is one, people who think this is the funniest thing to ever exist, which how? This is literally just someone using a face filter. It's not really that funny and is not really creative. Or people who think this is the worst thing ever, which I also don't understand because again, he's just using a face filter on a photo. How is what this guy's doing extremely bad and controversial? Like, it's just one unfunny joke that he's making over and over again. And I feel like I'm weird for not getting this. The perfect way to describe the feeling is, I'm pretty sure this happened to everyone once, where you see a meme that's extremely popular, or one of your friends or someone you know shows you a video that's extremely funny. Everyone else around you is laughing, and I mean, they're going really hard. Some people are belly laughing, and some other people is laughing to the point where they're not even making noise anymore, and their mouth is just open and nothing is coming out, while you're just sitting there with a straight face because you don't understand it. And I know my opinion isn't really that unique because there are a lot of people in the comment section who just doesn't understand this whole situation and don't get how this account got so popular, how people think this is so funny, or why people are getting so mad. It's literally just a unfunny joke. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people agree with, but the user of the account also realized that some people think this is the funniest thing ever, or this is terrible. And he realized that when he goes after people in certain communities. And that is something that the Twitter user Pilgrim has kept on doing. He kept on going to people who are part of communities that are a little bit more aggressive. They were just not happy that they were doing this at all. And he just kept on doing that over and over and over again until he ended up going too far. I guess he ended up messing with someone and their community did not like it at all because they decided to straight up dox him. Yeah, not so long ago, a Twitter user ended up posting this, where he ended up showing the man's full name and also a picture of his house and a picture of his real face IRL. Now, the only thing I'm going to show you is the picture of his face because this becomes relevant future in the story. Because after when this whole doxing ended up happening, they took the picture of his face, his leak picture, and ended up posting this, saying that this is how he will look, black or Chinese, which is extremely impressive. I mean, that is really respectable that even there's a chance where you may have got doxxed and you're still committed to go with your bit. You don't even care at all and you're like, you know what? This may have happened to me, but this is not going to stop me. I am going to keep on going. So even though I think the account isn't really that funny, that is just an extremely cool power move, and that is just really funny that he's just decided to do that. Now, by the way, this account is still going. He's not stopping at all. And I'm pretty sure this whole doxing was a straight up promotional hit for him because now there are way more people looking at this account and he's apparently getting more popular because there's a lot of people calling him extremely base. But I think this whole drama perfectly shows one side of modern Twitter, and it is just gimmick accounts. I remember back then when gimmick accounts actually used to be entertaining and, fun. But now they're just they're just accounts like Pilgrim, where they just take one joke, do the same thing over and over again. It's not really that funny. And then the community's reaction is always really weird, because then you have people thinking that they're absolutely evil, or it's like this extremely funny, entertaining joke that is just completely revolutionary and moving comedy forward. Anyway, Pilgrim's getting pretty popular because if you go in the comment section of his tweets, there are a lot of bots down there. Which, man, do I just absolutely love the bot problem on Twitter. Because Twitter Blue has definitely fixed it. Yay. Anyway, that's it. I hope this whole story ended up proving my point and showing one part on why modern Twitter sucks. Anyway, this is just something that I want to talk about. My name is Lua. You have a good day. Or night. See ya.